All right, so my overall impression of the materials in this module was that flipped classroom instruction is actually a pretty well-researched topic. It appears that it has a lot of validity to it. It helps with scores. I thought it was a very interesting concept. I haven't ever gone through anything like this in any of my classes. I think it's something I would definitely be interested in trying out when I teach in my classes. Yeah, that's pretty much my overall impressions. What I found most insightful was the before you flip, consider this article, where they discuss just you know, what it takes to flip a classroom and how difficult it is, how much time it consumes, how a teacher is going to need to support not only their administration but also IT and also their colleagues if they're going to make it so that it's an effective method. And basically, it kind of sounds like you have to be a passionate teacher in order to implement this strategy well, which is most certainly not the case with every single teacher out there. When I read about the reasons supporting the flip model, there were definitely three things that stood out to me right away. And these were that the students can learn at their own pace. They can pause, rewind, fast forward the videos. I thought that was a very important thing and also very helpful. Another thing was that there's more time for the teacher to spend with the students on the questions that they have or the things that they're struggling with, because they've already ran into those things before class and they don't have to spend class time figuring that out, which is definitely a good thing. And then lastly, one of the things that stood out to me supporting the flip model was that it's easier for the teachers to assess what it is the children are struggling on, because they have an individual, they have the Quizlets that go along with the videos for each lesson. They're going to know where the kids are struggling, how they're struggling, and then what they can do to help in a more personalized and, from me to you format than it would be in a classroom. And so, three reasons about that stood against the flip model that stood out to me were definitely that it's going to take so much time as a teacher to make the videos and to do everything correctly. And from the example for the Byron School District, it sounded like there wasn't really that much support from administration. They kind of had to volunteer to do it on their own, and they were sort of expected to just set the math classes up, and then they got like a $5,000 stipend to split between the whole department. I mean, I don't even know how many teachers that was, but that's not very much. And another thing, I'm not sure if I mentioned how long it takes. It's the time that it takes, the effort that it takes, and then also just how difficult it is to get the class to be productive. It seems like a lot of times students complain that they don't like the lack of face-to-face time that they have with the professor, and they also have a hard time finding content valuable when it's placed on the internet because they feel like it's easily accessible and anyone can get it, so then it's not like special to them. It's the impression that I got from that. And what technology tools would I need to successfully integrate the flipped classroom model? Well, it seems like it's actually pretty easy. Judging by the example from the Byron School District, they pretty much just needed to be able to record the videos and then find a way to show the kids the videos, which probably is the hardest part, is creating a situation where all the students have the ability to watch the videos that you're trying to upload, because not every school is going to be able to provide them with a Chromebook, for example, or something like they do here in Mankato. And also having a place to put the videos, like Moodle was the example that they used. Otherwise, they had YouTube that they got their administrators to unlock in that article. So definitely not that much technology involved in implementing a flipped classroom. Discuss my perception of the connection / lack of connection between the theoretical materials of the model and the practical implementation of the model. This is where I kind of ran into, or where it popped into my mind the idea of it's difficult to make the class actually good, and the teacher has to be very passionate about it and care a lot about it in order to make it so that not only the lectures are very good, but then also that everything's structured around it correctly, because students, they're expected to do all the learning, or not all of it, but at least a lot more of it on their own than in most other methods, and that could definitely be challenging, since relying on student motivation isn't always exactly the most effective thing. And so for 7, some research that I found that went along with this instruction was from Khan Academy. It was Salman Khan, and he was just kind of advocating flipped instruction and trying to get it so that people kind of can see why his academy has been so successful and then adopt his ideas for themselves. So thank you for your time. Have a great day.